Israelite. I am taking this opportunity to greet all the saints in the most wonderful name of our Lord and our Savior, Jesus Christ. Amen. Amen. My name is Untitled Chapter, pastor of Lighthouse Community Church. I am taking this opportunity to welcome our visitors. Are you still visiting? So I'm welcoming all the saints, including our visitors that are here in Port Elizabeth through Ilongos School. We are highly favored by God by your presence in our midst. I've already indicated when we were outside that we are gathered here as two churches, the Church of Christ Assembly, led by Pastor Zono and Mama Uzono, and also Lighthouse Community Church, led by me and my wife Zoleka Befile. We have agreed that let us all come together today, and I think that on its own it is an indication that you are more than welcomed in Port Elizabeth, in the entire metro. We really appreciate your presence in our city, and we believe that God has brought you for a reason. Yeah. I am not going to waste no time now. We are handing over now the whole session. You've been welcomed by the worship team. We danced with you, we're clapping with you. Although we have never said to you, take off your jackets, but that was a sign of saying, take off your jackets if you are feeling hot, because you are no longer visitors now. Yeah. This is your home. I was just saying to Pastor Zono, I have done an attendance register for them. And then I was just saying to Pastor Zono, now Pastor Zono, our church sites are on the way, where we'll be building our permanent church structures. And when we do have our own buildings, now that we've got this attendance register, that indicates that we were visited today by a servant of God from Taiwan, from Brazil, from Peru, from Singapore, and from Canada. So I was saying to Pastor Zono, we need to have flags of all these 5 countries that I have mentioned. Oh, yeah. And these flags must be hanged within our premises, so that whoever who will be visiting or joining our churches need to know by not having told that this church has hosted countries. It's no longer now a church in Port Elizabeth, but it is a church of nations. So I think we will do that, Pastor Son. I am not going to mention their names. I'm going to come and join them all. So now we are handing over the service unto them, and then they have got a very program that they will be doing for us, and then the preacher will be the last person. So we will hand over from this lady. They will introduce themselves again, repeat which countries do they come from, and then when they are finished, whoever now will be taking over, either a testimony or a drama or a presentation, then they will share that among themselves. But the preacher will be the last person to be behind and share the message of the day with us. But I'm sure when they're finished introducing themselves, and we maybe somehow we may help them with a song, whilst maybe they will be preparing whatever presentation that they will be doing for us.
Thank you. Can everyone guess where I'm from? Canada. Yeah, Canada. So here's my flag. This is my flag. I'm from Canada. My name is Teresa, and I am 31 years old. And I joined the ship 1 year and 6 months ago with my husband, Ben. I work in the book fair on the ship, and my husband works in the AV department. So he takes care of all the sound and lighting for the events on board.
Good morning.
Morning.
Can anyone guess where I'm from?
Yes.
my name is Hefsiba, but you can call me Hef or Siba, however you feel comfortable. I'm from Peru, this is my flag, and if you wonder where is Peru, it's right next to Brazil. Okay? Yeah. I'm 19 years old and I joined the ship 9 months ago. And I work in the angels department, that is the cleaning department on the ship.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hello everyone. Hi, my name is Liz, and can you guess where I'm from?
Singapore.
Singapore. Yes, we are not sisters, she and I. But yeah, I've joined the ship over almost a year already, and I'm really loving it.
Hi everyone. I think, can you guess where I'm from?
Nah.
Taiwan. Not China. Yeah, our country is next to China, so we are really close. Yeah, and my name is Roxanne. I'm from Taiwan.
Okay.
And I joined the ship nine months ago with her. Please. Yes, and I also working in angel department.
Hello, my name is Kun Yuen, and you can call me Kun. And I also from Taiwan. And I'm 27 years old, and I just joined the ship 3 months ago. And now I work in the book fair. Yeah, so I'm so happy to come to here. Thank you.
Good morning, church. My name is Joas, and I think everybody knows me. Neymar. Yeah, Neymar. Even the haircut is later. Yeah, but I explain the haircuts later. But yeah, today I just discovered that Peru is next to Brazil. I didn't know that before. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, I'm in the ship already for 1 year, a little bit more than 1 year. I joined with Teresa, and I work in the engine room in the ship. Yeah, with the pipes and all this stuff. Yep.
Thank you.
Okay, so I'd like to introduce our ship. So now ship is in the port of Elizabeth. Have you been to the ship? Yeah. So in here I want to invite everyone come to the Locust Hall because the ship is so awesome. So we have the 400 crew members on the ship from 50 different, almost 15 different nationality people on the ship. So everyone will have a different job on the ship. So everyone is volunteer, and like me, it's my church. They support me come to here join the ship. So I really enjoy it all the time. And the ship with the vision. The vision is we bring the knowledge, hope, and help. So for the knowledge is on the ship we have the book fair on the ship. We have 5,000 different titles books. We have the Christian book, Bible, everything for the children, for the adults. We have the normal, and so we believe that the knowledge is from the God, from the God's word. So we go to any country, we bring the books and we share to the people. They can more know about the God. So it's about the knowledge.
And help. We also bring help around the world. So we not only just sell books to the people, we also want to help the country that need help. So we do some practical job like painting house or build library in Madagascar. We help them to build a library for them. And then I heard we have like water purify ministry, like a box and bucket, and you put the dirty water inside. The filter will make it clean. And we also have eyeglass ministry. So I heard the story from my friend. She said she went to do the eyeglass ministry. and an old lady, she cannot read Bible anymore, but we give her an eyeglass, and she can start to read Bible again. So she's so happy, and when you see the people, they smile and they're happy, we can help them. It's really amazing and really encourages us. And we also bring hope. I don't know if you guys know or not, but we all Christian on board, and we have 400 volunteers that we all Christian. So we want to bring God's love to the people. Even like some people say we didn't get paid, we don't have salary on board. But why you guys join the ship? Because we really want to bring this hope. I think if a person they don't have Jesus in their life, they just they so poor because they don't have God in their life. So we want to share this hope to the people. So we also join the ship to share love, share hope. Yes. So it's a main for three part of our ship, our goal. And every day, every 7 days, we working 5 days. And every 5 days we work 8 hours. So we not only just do ministry, we also working. Like I work in angel department, so I clean the ship and clean the toilet. One day we call connect day. We will go to do practical job or connect with people, and then one day off day. So we just every week this circle. Yeah, and on board we have 6 different. Sorry, my 6 always like this. 6 different departments. Engine department, and angel, book fair, pantry they wash the dish, and garlic they cook. Yeah, and then one more. Deck. Yes, thank you. Deck. So we have 6 different departments, and you will be putting there. Yeah, so it's basically about our ship, and we really invite you guys to come to the ship to visit us, and you will feel really amazing. Because 2 years ago I was volunteer in my country, because the ship went to my country, and I came to my country, and then I really encourage because of the ship, their crew member, their life. They really show their life what is hope. They just not tell people what is hope, but they use their life to show people. So I really encourage it, and so invite you guys to come. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, so I would like to tell you a story. It's about a little girl, a beautiful girl, who was loved by God, who knew God, and even prayed to God for the first time when she was about 5 years old. This girl had a nice home with 2 really nice, loving parents who were really take good care of her. And she grew up in a nice community, went to a good school, and then something happened. When she was about 8 years old, her father left the home. And she was so sad. And her mom was so sad. And for about 5 years, the family was broken. And because of this little girl, she started to think things that weren't true. She started to think, I don't know God. I don't know love. Nobody loves me. I'm not beautiful. And she started to have this big gaping hole in her heart where God's supposed to be. And this hole caused a lot of pain for her, a lot of sadness. And by the time she became a teenager, this girl was trying to do things to take that pain away. And ways to take that pain away is like she would go to parties, and she would drink, and do drugs, and just hang around with people that were also really hurting, because she found community there. But after a while, she realized that this lifestyle was eventually going to she was really scared. And the funny thing is, she was so scared about everything, but most afraid to change, because that pain was still there. And somehow, when she was at these parties, the pain would go away for a little while. And an interesting thing about this girl is that while she was going to these parties, Her mom didn't know what was happening. Her family didn't know. Her school didn't know. Her job didn't know. She was still able to live a normal life on the outside, but on the inside, she was really sad and didn't have any hope. And would you believe if I told you that girl was me? No. Yeah. So I think from the outside, we can all look like everything is going well. But on the inside, it's not. And when I was about 23 years old, that's where I was left, in this state of fear and being trapped and relying on all these things in my life to fill that fear and fill that hole that was left when I kicked God out of my life. And I got to a point where I realized, maybe I'm going to die, actually. And I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know where I'm going to go. And I had no hope. And I really cried out to God, because I knew God at one point in my life. And I said, God, please help me. I can't do this alone. I can't do this by myself. And I just need you to help me. And a couple of weeks after I prayed this prayer, God brought a friend into my life who was a strong Christian and really encouraged me to pray more, to read my Bible, and to really start to study God's Word, to really get to know God, and to really accept God back into my life. Just one person in my own community became a friend to me and encouraged me. And over the next couple months, I started praying more. I went to church. And I think it was about 4 months after that, I decided, okay, it's time. I really need to stop living this life that's focused on me and myself and really commit my whole life to God. And so I was baptized in our church, and I was born again, and I tell you, it was the most amazing day of my life. Yeah. Coming up from the water, being made new. Just want to thank God for that. Praise God. And I'll let you in on a little secret. That friend became my husband. Yeah, God is good. And when we were married, we decided to serve God together. Because once I'm free of this fear, and I'm free of this pain, and I'm free of this sadness that I had in my life, because God came in and filled that hole in my heart. And once I have this hope, and I have this love, I can't go back to normal life and just live my normal life like nothing happened. I can't go back to that lifestyle. I have to go and share that love with other people. I have to go and share that hope. And so we decided to try and join the ship. It was super exciting. It married together all the things that we think is really important: knowledge, help, and hope. But then, a little bit of doubt started coming into my mind. And I thought, who am I to go and serve God? Who am I to go and share, anything about God? I don't know anything. I don't know. Like, I'm not a preacher. I'm no amazing theologian or anything like that. I'm just a girl who God saved. I'm just a girl who was born again by Jesus. And my husband, again, encouraged me. He said, God can use anyone who's willing to go. And even from his own example, God used him to reach me. And I'm just one person. And yeah, as long as you're willing to go, God can use you. interesting thing I just want to tell you also. I was sitting here looking at your sign. The church that we come from back home is called the Church of Christ. So it's kind of cool. So kind of interesting, eh? So we literally are like brothers and sisters from the other side of the world. I come from the northern part of Canada, which is super cold. In the winter, it gets down to minus 40 degrees, and it stays there for about 3 months. Yeah, so you're welcome to come visit. But please bring a really warm jacket. Yeah? But yeah, you're welcome to come visit my church anytime. Church of Christ. So thank you so much for letting me share.
Alright, so I'm gonna take my Bible here. My name is Joas. It's a pleasure to be here. I am 19-year-old still. Yeah. Till next week. Next Sunday I turn 20. Almost there. Yeah. Technical issues here. Yeah, good. Okay. I hope it doesn't fall. Alright. So yeah, it's a huge pleasure to be here. I just feel so nice when I go to a church and like there is like this really nice worship time, you know. Just you can like forget all your problems, all your worries, and just focus on God. Like for me, for me the service could be like just the whole service just worship. Actually, this was one thing that is an event that once a year in my church we have 8 hours of worship. It's like 8 hours just worshiping and like doing what the Spirit tells us to do. Yeah, it's really nice. My church is also like, it's not a big church. Maybe a little bit bigger than this room, but yeah, it's not so many people as well. So it's a really nice, really welcome church as well as this one. And yeah, just I feel that I have to explain the haircut before I start. So the brother there, remember Neymar? I didn't make this because of Neymar. But in the ship we have different events. So if any of you guys have been in an event in our ship, in the Love of Soul? No? Okay, so this is an official invitation. So if you guys haven't been there, if you haven't been in the ship yet, like you can go in the book fair, and there like they tell you all the events that we have in the ship. So, and then we have different kinds of events. We have events for men, we have events for women, we have events for pastors and leaders, we have events for children, school visits, we have events for youth. It's like all focusing with the focus of sharing God and sharing the hope that we have in Jesus Christ. And yeah, and we also have events for the ship's community. And in one of the events, I was dressing up like a character, and then part of the character was the haircut. I don't know how many of you guys know Mr. T. Yeah. I missed a little bit of muscle. But at least I got the haircut. And yeah, just like, and I forgot shaving off. And then yesterday I was speaking with a friend of mine, asking him to lend me a tie. And I was saying that, I'm gonna go to, tomorrow I'm gonna preach in this church. Seems, I think it's gonna be really nice. Oh yeah, nice, but you're gonna preach with a mohawk. Oh, flip. I forgot it. Yeah, well, I hope it's not a problem for you guys. Yeah, I'm gonna shave it at some point. Yeah, so, just before I started, I would like to pray. Yeah. Okay. That's what I was looking for. My pencil. You know, this is such an amazing invention, right? A pencil like that. Maybe you guys know, but like, even the message I wrote with the pencil. The pencil, I prefer like 1,000 times writing with a pencil than writing with a pen. Like, this like, the pencil, even like, you can see so many, when you see drawings, like, nobody do a drawing with a pen, right? They do it with pencils, and like, you see those pictures, like, really famous pictures, like the Mona Lisa or the Last Supper. All of them were first, they started with the pencil. Before all the paint came and everything, first they did the lines, and I imagine like Leonardo da Vinci with his pencil, like I imagine this lady without eyebrows and stuff, painting there. And you know, yeah, it's amazing how many stuff we can do with a pencil. We can literally change people's life with a pencil. That's actually what I'm gonna try to do today. There are three things that I really can assimilate from our lives to a pencil. The first of them is that a pencil by itself, it does nothing. A pencil, there is this song in Portuguese that a pencil in the desk is a sad pencil. You guys cannot see, but like because you are too far, but I can see the smile in the pencil right now because I'm holding it. It's a happy pencil because there is someone holding it. And yeah, the pencil, it needs somebody to use it and to draw it, to draw something with it or to write something with it. So the pencil is made to be used. It's not just to have no other meaning. The only thing that you can use a pencil for is to draw things, to write things, to be used. And the same way as the pencil have to be used, we as well, by ourselves, we can do nothing. There are many stories I learned it like from many people. We can see that like once that we give our lives to God to write the story that He wants with us, with our lives, people will do amazing things. People can be used like in divine ways. Like you see Teresa's story. Since the moment that she decided to give her life to God, God, you ask her like how many countries she has been already, just serving God like with the sheep, and God has been using her. That is just a girl. Now it's not so little anymore, a little bit taller than me even. But yeah, it's like God, once that we give our lives to Him, He gonna use you, and He has amazing plans for you. He wants to write a beautiful story with your life. Yeah, and we can see this in John 15. Well, you don't have to, actually you don't have to open right now, but John 15 verse 5. It's, Jesus is talking about that I am the, what's the name of this tree that has the grapes? A vine. I am the vine. Yeah. I am the vine. And whoever, and you are the branches, we are the branches. And if we give fruit, if we don't give fruit, we don't serve for anything, just to be cut off. But if we bear fruit, He gonna also cut us off, but to bear more fruit. But the other ones, the ones that doesn't give fruit, they serve for nothing. They just will be cut off and thrown into fire. And I'm sure that is not what you want for your life. Right? The second point is that the pencil, it needs to be sharp. Sometimes when the point is broken or if it's too round, we have to take the sharpened sharp the pencil. And only if the pencil is like really sharp, he can be used like to draw the smallest details, to do the finest lines in a drawing. That's what's actually gonna bring life to the drawing, you know. In the same way, again in our lives, you know, sometimes Jesus said that we're gonna have trouble in this life. Actually, if we go in 2 Corinthians, 2 Corinthians 4:17, it says, "For our light and momentary troubles are achieving for us an eternal glory that far outweighs them all." So we fix our eyes on what is, so we fix our eyes not on what is seen, but on what is unseen. Since what is seen is temporary, but what is unseen is eternal. So yeah, troubles, they're gonna come. We're gonna have troubles in this life. But you know, not always the troubles will be is something bad in your life. Actually, most of the times, when the troubles come, you can be sure that it's God that is sharpening you. God is sharpening your life, and He wants to change other people's life with this. And we're gonna talk more about this later. But I still wanna talk about still talking about it. Like there's this story about a silversmith that is the person who makes like rings and things out of silver. And somebody asked him, how do you know when the silver is like pure? How do you know when the silver is ready to be used? Because I don't know if you guys know, but when they are preparing it, they have like a really big pot where they put all the metal and melt it. And there, he's gonna like just keep melting it until all the dirt and everything that is not supposed to be part of the silver goes down. And then this is like, of course, I don't think it's a nice experience for the silver. That must be really hot to melt him. And somebody else asked him, when do you know when the silver is ready? And he said that, we know when it's ready, when I can see my face on the silver. I can see my reflex like a mirror. So that's the same thing works with God. He probably sometimes like he gonna give you some proofs that you have to go on. Like problems gonna happen in your life, but that is God making you to be more like Him. And the third point is the graphite. Like a pencil without the graphite is worth nothing. As well, like the pencil that is not being used is a pencil that doesn't have a graphite. That is even worse, because even if a person wants to use the pencil, it cannot. It's like, you know, when you have like a pencil that is all broken from inside, you try to sharpen it, but it never works. It will just keep coming off. You know, the same thing is in our lives. The most important thing is what is inside of us. Jesus, I don't remember who said it now, but like, I'm translating it straight from Portuguese to English. Stronger is what is in us than what is outside of us. So yeah, if we are filled with the Spirit, we can be used by God. I will really touch on this point that we're gonna make difference in other people's life, because I think this is what God is calling you today. God is calling everybody from this church, from the Christ Assembly, and from the Lighthouse to be difference for the people in this community, and to be a difference for people in the world. Why not? Maybe God is calling you to to be a cross-cultural missionary, to go with the Logos Hope, maybe. I don't know. But yeah, we have to be filled with the Spirit. We have to let God use our lives, and sometimes we're gonna have to be sharpened. And there is one man in the Bible. You can open in Job 1, and here there is a man in the Bible that, for sure, he was also beautiful. If he was a pencil, he would be a really fancy pencil. He would be a really beautiful pencil outside, because people would look at him and say, "Oh man, this man he's a beautiful pencil. Look at him. He even have like, I think it would be like those kind of pencil that has this rubber here, that you can write in it. A good, a really good kind of pencil. And like, we can read from the verse 1. In the land of Uz, there lived a man whose name was Job. This man was blameless and upright. He feared God and shunned evil. He had 7 sons and 3 daughters, and he owned 7,000 sheep, 3,000 camels, 500 yoke of oxen, and 500 donkeys. I don't even know what you can do with so many donkeys. And had a large number of servants. He was the greatest man among all the people of the East. His sons used to hold feasts in their homes on their birthdays, and they would invite their 3 sisters to eat and drink with them. When a period of feasting had run its course, Job would make arrangements for them to be purified. And in the morning, he would sacrifice a burnt offering for each of them, thinking, "Perhaps my children had sinned and cursed God in their hearts." This was Job's regular custom. Yeah, so we see Job here. We see his life. That's a really amazing life. He was truly a servant of God, and God loved him, and God blessed him because of this. We can see. I'm sure that people would look at Job's life and say, "Oh man, look at him. He's a really faithful servant to God, and God truly used him so much." I'm sure he would make a difference to other people's lives, and people would want to be like him. But that was not enough for God. God wanted everything from Job. And Job, he gave his life to God. He let God do everything that he wanted with his life. And this is probably most of Job's life. The book of Job has 42 chapters. And only 6 chapters, they are talking about Job's life. How great Job was, and how many things, and how God loved him. Only 6 verses. That's nothing compared to the rest of the book. Because God, I'm pretty sure God appreciated Job's life. But God wanted to sharp Job. And this was the story that would change people's lives. The story that we have of Job being sharpened is the story that we read till today. And I think that, I truly believe that nobody ever, God says that we would never have temptation more than we can handle. And I'm sure that nobody can handle more than Job, more tribulation than Job. That's why it's in the Bible. And God wanted to smash Job and crush his life, to change his heart as well, to change his inside as well as to be as good as was the outside. And we can, if we go to the last chapter of Job, that's actually a really beautiful book.
one of the poetic books of the Bible. All these 42 chapters is God talking, is Job first talking with his friends and then talking with God during his tribulation. And Job 42, verse 1, he says, "Then Job replied to the Lord, I know that you can do all things. No purpose of yours can be thwarted. You asked, who is this that obscures my plans without knowledge? Surely I spoke of things I didn't know and I did not understand. Things too wonderful for me to know. You said, listen now, and I will speak. I will question you, and you shall answer me. My ears had heard of you, but now my eyes have seen you. Therefore I despise myself and repent in dust and ashes." The verse that I want you to keep today, Job 42, verse 5. My ears had heard of you, but now my eyes have seen you. Once that Job gave his life to God, once that Job decided to be used by God, he truly knew God. God sharpened him, he took him through all this tribulation, and he made himself known to Job. And you know, today I wanna tell this to you today. Just, you are coming to a church. I grew up in the church. My father was a pastor. So I heard all these stories from the Bible since I was a little boy. And I knew everything. I thought I knew who God was. But here comes the question. Maybe you know who God is, but does He know who you are? The Bible says that in the end, many people that call God as, "Oh, Lord, Lord," will not enter His kingdom. They will come and God will say, like, "I don't know you." "Oh, but God, I rebuke demons in your name. I was speaking in tongues in the church. I was a diacon or an elder in the church." God will say, "I don't know you." You know, the only way that God will know us is if we give our lives to Him, if we totally surrender our lives to Him in the way that He wants to use it. That's hard. I really understand that, like, to imagine it, to let your life completely without any control, for God to do whatever He wants. That's really scary. Like, maybe He's gonna call you to go to the ship. Oh, flip. That is really scary. Yeah? But I can assure you, once that you give your life to God, to be totally used to Him, by Him, like He gonna do amazing things with your life. So now maybe you even think that, I think God is using me already. I think that things are going pretty well. Like, maybe your life is like Job. Maybe you have, I don't know how many thousand donkeys. But maybe God is not using you yet. You know, He can use you in a way that it's just a tremendous way. It's even hard to explain. Yeah. So that's just the message that I want to leave for you today. That you will truly surrender your life. That you don't be satisfied just by coming in here once a week and hearing about God. Just surrender your life truly and let Him do with your life whatever He wants to do. Okay, I think my time is done already. I'd like